Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel WW2 Airborne Collector, where today I'm going to be talking about different brands of shaving cream, razors and razor blades that was an offer to the troops during World War II. I'm going to also give you a little bit of a guide on what in my opinion is the hardest and easiest ones to find, and hopefully find this quite interesting. So I'm going to start off with shaving creams and what I think are the first two easiest ones to find, which is the Barbasol. Now, that's a little indicator, and then if I open this up carefully, you'll see what it looks like inside. Now, these are lead, and that's also a good giveaway of trying to date shaving creams and anything like even toothpaste. Some of the really early ones are all lead tubes, so if they're aluminium, there's usually into the 50 sort of range. That's kind of an idea as well of how to date this. And these would have come in it's got an original box that's full up. That's what it would have looked like. And these would have been, you see original photographs of the PX stores. They're a bit hard to find the original pictures, but I've got some that I can show you. They're in the back shelf, which is kind of neat. And then moving on to the second are Mole. And it's got a special service package edition, exactly the same lead tube inside. So I'll show you that as well if I can gently open this, because it's a brown colour, totally different to the actual packaging, which I never really understood. And once again, I've got the original box that they would have all came in, so it's kind of neat to have. And then moving along. Now, if you did want to find the Mole and Barbasol, it's not that hard to find. If you probably spent a couple of hours searching on the internet, you would find some. Like I say, they're not that hard to find. The market recently has been quite flooded with Barbasol and Mole, so you're going to find it pretty quick. Moving on to the next sort of, in my opinion, the hardest one to find out of them two is Menem Brushless Shave. That's another nice one. So this is sort of detailed packaging that you need to be looking for, because all the companies change the design obviously as time goes on, but these are all 1940s. Then going on from a bit harder than that is Glider. Once again, and these have all got the lead tubes as well, what they're made out of. And then not second of all, because we're a bit further on the second, is Brum Shave or Brummer Shave, however you pronounce it. Once again, and I think the tube is in some of the tubes, because where they're lead, I've got the original paperwork inside. Tells you how to pull it on. And then, nice ones that get lead, you can tell by that, and just tell by the texture and how it bends and how it feels. Is that really neat piece. Gently put that back in now, and then we move on to shaving soaps. So it's a slightly different concept of cream. So we got Williams. So that was a slightly later war model, and then that was the earlier sort of even late 1930s, and this is 1940s. Now these, you would have like a little ceramic cup these would drop into, obviously take it out of the packaging, and then you'd use your brush to swirl it around and point it in your face. I'm also assuming if a paratrooper, or not paratrooper, or a trooper soldier had this in the field, I'm pretty sure he may have even dropped it into his canteen cup. Don't know how that would, his water and coffee would taste after that, but these are quite cool, and these are also quite hard to find. Now the other one that's even harder to find is the Colgate one. That's a nice one. Once again, these are quite hard to pick up. Then moving on to Palmolive shaving cream. This one's sealed, so I can't actually show you what it looks like inside, but I'm assuming, judging by the stainage, there's been a little bit of corrosion inside. But these are really hard to find. I've got an original photo somewhere, and you can see them on the back shelf. Now moving on to something else that's really hard to find is Gillette. Now these are super rare to find. And then I think inside here I've got the original, comes with a little leaflet inside again. These you just don't see that often at all. And then moving on to something even rarer than that is the Lifebuoy shaving cream. Now these, the box is a bit tatty, but you just do not see this. And the tube inside, unfortunately, I don't want to touch it too much, where it's obviously lead, like it's all started to, the paint's starting to go and start to decay. But it's a nice piece to have because these are as rare as hen's teeth. You just don't see them at all. So that's kind of the shaving creams and shaving soaps that I have in my collection. Like I say, some are a lot easier to find, some are really hard to find. So then obviously what goes with that is shaving brushes. So you got this one here. This one is relatively easy-ish to find. I haven't got many shaving brushes. I've only got 2 that I can show you on offer, but there was probably another 5 or 6. And then you got the Ever Ready. This one is quite hard to find. I've only ever seen a couple, and that was just a box, not the brush inside. So it's quite another neat item to get if you can get hold of one. So then we'll move on to razor blades. We've got the Gem, which these are quite easy to find. You see these a lot. Literally quite box standard. Little plastic kit inside, very basic. If I can open it, I say basic, I can't even open it. Here we go. And then it's literally that, and then that's your actual blade holder. And then inside that kit, you would have put your razor blades, which I'll move on to in a sec. And then another make by Gem. This is nice early, it's dated as well, 1942 at the top. Now these are your, now I know it's made by the same company as this one. The only thing I don't know, I think these were before them or these were before them. I haven't actually done my full research on that. Whether or not it was to do saving printing, these come before, or whether or not these were 2 box standard and they wanted to jazz it up later on in the war, because I know the pattern sort of started to change. And then these ones are actually quite hard to find. I did miss that out. Now also the next one is simple military razor. You don't see these at all. These are really thin. And it was a bit of a publicity stunt. It wasn't exactly made for the military, but it's a wartime piece. Most likely a private purchase or bought back home and sent to your family member in the army. And then this is a nice kit. This is late World War One, but they had them in World War Two, and it is a nice Gillette khaki shaving kit. Put your blades in there, and that's obviously your shaving holder. And then I think if we pull this, that's your mirror inside, which goes into the case. Really nice, neat bit of kit, and these are really hard to find, especially with all the stuff still inside and the mirror not being broken or really tatty. So then moving on to, let's talk about this next item, which is Finch's aftershave. That's the original box and that's the original bottle. Now the thing to look out for, you can see these when they're post-war, is because the cap's plastic. This one's metal and it's got the manufacturer's stamp on the top. Now that's a really nice piece, and these are really hard to find. You don't see them that much at all. And then quickly moving on to different types of razor blades. You've got PAL, which are nice, still sealed. And then we've got Wilkin, and that on the back is stamped US Forces, which is nice. You don't often see that, 1942. And then we've got Howard. These are all complete. And once again, it's got the US Army stamp on the back. And then we got Gem. That's another wartime brand. These are all full. unfortunately that one isn't military stamped. And then we've got Don Jan, not quite Don John, which was American, but I think it's got a French name. Yep, New York on there. Box is a bit tatty, and if I gently open this, you'll see that's what the packaging inside would look like. Now, these are quite hard to find. These you see, well, saying that, I haven't seen many of these recently, and I haven't seen many of them recently. These pop up now and then on eBay. They're quite, I say easy to find, they are easier to find than these. And then I've got another couple of brands. Beckley. These are kind of cool. And then also Simplex, a bit like myself, which is a nice advertised card that would obviously sat on the counter, and then you pick a pack of these out and that would have gone into your shaving boxes. But yeah, this is a bit of me rambling on again about different shaving creams. I hope you found this a little bit interesting. If you have, give me a like. If you've got any more comments, or please let me know if there's anything else you want me to talk about on the next video. But yeah, I hope you found this interesting. See you in the next one.